Las Vegas attracts the biggest players, generates the greatest excitement, and produces the most thrills from any contest. 9-Ball is no exception, and for 4 days, Vegas is home to one of the most competitive tournaments on the planet. It's not about the money, this is all about national pride. It's the very best players from USA against the very best that Europe has to offer. It is the Mosconi Cup. It's been a dream start for Team USA. They opened up with a win in the team match, the perfect start, quickly followed by a test of their nerves in match 2, the Americans winning once again. Shane Van Boening then made it 3 out of 3, followed by Corey Deuel and Oscar Dominguez. Here at the MGM, speculation was rife on the possibility of a whitewash. Only Ralph Souquet could prevent it, and he was made to work hard for that point. Building on a day one score of 4-1, they extended through Van Boening and Archer. Torsten Homan then earned Europe a vital point to close the gap, but Dominguez and Hatch made it 6-2. Appleton has responded in fine style, taking a 3-0 lead as we join them for the start of the 4th.
Oh, wow. That was explosive, wasn't it? Look at that.
And how unlucky is Johnny there? That 9 just traveled far enough to take away a clear shot at the 5. He made 4 balls on the break.
Wow.
And the 5 in the middle of the table, but thankfully for Darren Appleton, that 9 just slithered into the path of the 5.
Very rare do you see 4. You ever seen 5 on the break, Jim?
I can't remember seeing 5. I've seen 4 quite a few times. But you don't get a much better break than that one from Archer. Got an easy safety, though. He can clip that 5 and bunt it down just in the area of the 7. Run with the cue ball up behind cover. And that'll do. That'll do nicely. Easy hit, though, for Darren Appleton, but Johnny's hoping that he misjudges this kick. It's a 1-cushion escape.
And he'll be sending it towards the corner pocket, so there's every chance. Oh, he's coming. He's looking.
No,
off
he's
two
looking
cushions.
at a 2-cushion escape.
I think that's why, because if he plays it off that cushion, there's every chance he's sending it towards the corner pocket. And
the 2-cushion escape that Darren is looking at. Cue ball here. Just into this area, and I mean, it's all about the contact.
And if he is this full in the face, then that 5 is going towards where the black is. He leaves distance between cue and object ball. Lot more of a chance of getting this safe. Where's that white ball going? No.
Maybe behind the 9.
No.
Too far. Got second prize, though. That cue ball is very near that cushion. Dead in on the 5. Certainly Archer can't get position to the 6 from here. Well, he's going to try and cheat the pocket.
He has got a tiny angle here.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
Does it go? It does pass.
That's a great shot.
That is.
That's a great shot from Archer. He had to raise the back end of the cue. He had just a minimum amount of angle with which to work. He can reach this comfortably.
Extension.
But he knows the significance of this 6. Plenty of angle here. The natural path will take the cue ball up table, because the 7 is at the top end of the table as we look.
And he wants to use 1 cushion here. He's using 2. I mean, this should be like shelling peas for him, Jim.
Is there ever such a thing in the Mosconi Cup?
True, true. We've seen it so often.
Used to be a big rack win for Archer because it was Appleton that broke, remember? Well, no, pardon me, it was Archer that broke with a great break. Well, this is one that he really has to win because he knows Appleton will be coming out next.
Good shot. Good shot from John. 3-1, could have been 2-all. Missed that combination in the last rack. Rubs out the chalk marks he put down.
A nice rack win for Archer following a great break. And a chance for the Americans and wife Melanie to raise the signs. 3-1 still to Darren Appleton, and with the break in the next.
This was the ball that pulled it back. Let me ask you this, Jim. Do you think the Americans are bothered about the score, or is it all about the victory? Do they want to rub the Europeans' noses in it? Do they care? Is 11-2 as good as 11-10? Do they care?
Oh, they care. I mean, right now they sense the fact that they've got the Europeans down. They want to kick them. They want to kick them square in the teeth. Ernesto Dominguez and Art Wiggins,
Rack
good pal
5,
and mentor
Europe
to Johnny
break,
Archer.
leading by 3 racks to 1.
No, they don't want to take any prisoners in this, Andy. This is about pride, national pride. 3-1 to Appleton, his break.
Where's that? Oh, I thought the white was going in.
That's a legal break, and he's on the 2, and the 3 is right there. Beautiful break from Darren Appleton. Boy, you'd like to see a few more of those come Europe's way.
The only thing that will stop Darren Appleton clearing this table now is nerves.
Of which there are an abundance. Even to the people sitting in the seats. I mean, this is the pressure cooker of big-time pool.
And I tell you what, I enjoy watching how different players cope with it. Oscar Dominguez, before a big shot, he puffs out his cheeks, doesn't he?
Well, all the great ones say, don't try and mask the fact that there's nerves and that you're under pressure. Embrace it. Go with it. You're not fooling anybody.
Now, if Darren was playing in his club, he would have probably cleared the table by now. But every shot has to be, in his mind, 100% certain before he releases that cue.
You know, it was interesting watching Darren. He just played the preceding match with Mika Immonen as his partner. And Immonen, when he won the U.S. Open last year, Darren Appleton was sitting right below the comm box. And Darren knew Mika had to win the U.S. Open to get the selection for the Mosconi Cup last year. Otherwise, Appleton would have made his debut last year.
I remember, you're right.
And now Appleton finally such a deserving player because he won the World 10-ball title last year. But when Mika won the U.S. Open, he just trumped him. Oh, nice shot and a nice helpful touch on the 4.
I tell you what, that was a lot more difficult than look. Not only did he have to make this plant, he had to make sure that the ball bounced up. Look at that kiss as well. He's played that.
And back on the 5, nicely situated to secure his 4th rack win. The race to 6. Well, thump that one in. Didn't look like a man that was trying to hold his nerve back there, did he?
No. I think, as you mentioned, Darren's been waiting for his appearance in the Mosconi Cup for some years now. He's been one of the game's best players for 2 or 3 years at least. And it's long overdue, and he's proven it now. This for 4-1, and he won't miss from here.
A very confidence-building visit, that one from Darren Appleton. And all the European fans in attendance here at the MGM Grand know it. 4-1 his lead. And Archer with a lot to do.
Let me ask you this, Jim. I was in the hotel foyer last night. I was talking to Alex Layla. He was saying that we've made no secret of the fact that all the Europeans are world champions. They've all been travelling around the world. They've all been getting to the final stages of competitions. Where in contrast, the American team maybe haven't travelled as much over the last 52 weeks. Obviously, this is in their backyard, so they're not suffering from jet lag.
Rack 6,
do you think
USA
there is
to break,
the
trailing by
question
4 racks to
that
1.
on day one, Europe suffered from travel sickness, from jet lag, from just being on the road too long?
Time change, you know, so much of it, Andy. Yeah, it's, I mean, I bring it up every Mosconi Cup because it is a factor going across the Atlantic and through so many time zones. They say you have to allow 1 day for every hour of time change for your body to fully acclimatize. And there's no way the Europeans were over here 8-9 hours before this one, or 8-9 days before this, because that's the time change.
I should speak to my agent. I should have came out last week, Jim.
4-1, Darren's lead, and again a great break from Archer. 3 balls this time. He's made the 1 and the 2 and the 3 at the opposite end of the table. So as well as he's hitting this break, well, Lady Luck is just not smiling on the Scorpion right now. And you have to fancy Johnny just to flick the edge of this 3, try and bring that cue ball back down behind cover.
He's looking at bringing it behind the 4, I think.
Yeah, he's looking at flicking the left edge, probably spinning it off 4 cushions. This being the first cushion coming down this way and spinning it here to here, possibly trying to get back in behind cover. I mean, that's one option. Players always see shots a little differently, and I mean, they play in their comfort zone.
The problem with that shot is obviously he's pushing.
Well, and he knows he's knocking the 3. Exactly, Andy.
Towards
so
the pocket. So if he doesn't get behind, if he doesn't get cover behind the 4, he will definitely leave the shot on.
You know, he's effectively putting all his eggs in one basket, but he doesn't have a lot of options here.
That's what he's playing. He's playing what you've just called. I think he's underhit it.
Well, you know, the saving grace here for Johnny is he knows the 4 is at the opposite end of the table. So even if he can get that cue ball near that cushion, position to the 4, far from easy.
Not just because there's so much distance between cue and object, but the fact that there's only a certain area on the table where he will have a pot at the 4.
Yeah, and you really, I can't see Darren taking this on. Not unless he tries to cut it into the far corner pocket, the top right as we look. But I just see him flicking this and trying to run behind cover again. I mean, the shot for Darren here is just to flick the 3, knock it into this area and let it float down here and run up table with the cue ball. Just the left edge of the 3 as he looks.
Oh, he's played that well. He's played that very well. Oh, look at this. That's unlucky. Has he left it?
He's left it, but he's got Johnny hampered over the 9.
And also he's flicked the 9 closer to the 4 now, which makes the pot on the 3 that much more difficult. He's got the jump. Has he got the jump kick?
He must have to jump over the edge this, so he hasn't left it. Just over the edge of the 7. Well, that was a good hit. Has he left a chance for Darren? I believe he has.
Well, we say chance. I think the angle he's got, he's just going to have to drop this in.
He's got a good safety option here if he decides not to attack, though.
Can't see him playing safe from here, Jim. Can you? Yeah. I think if he drops this in, the white's going into the 9, and if he hits it fully in the face, he'll be bang on the 4.
Well, I can see him playing safe. Banking this right up the middle of the table and taking the cue ball off the side cushion behind cover.
I think you're right. Yeah. Can he see it? Well, he can't see enough of it to pot it, so that was a good shot. That's, I suppose, why he's sat out there and I'm sat next to you, Jim.
You know something? Darren is really playing hardball in this match. Oh. He's given away nothing.
This is by far from easy.
And the and it's just flicked the 4 into a more potable position.
Start the clock.
Double indemnity for Archer. ball in hand, and now the 4 very attainable. Well, he's going to have to draw this out. Maybe raise the back end of that cue off 2 cushions, back out to the middle of the table. Bottom and left hand spin as he looks. Nicely played. And now he'll be focusing on that 6. He'll just be able to roll this through and play that 6 into the side pocket. Just slow roll this and let the cue ball take its natural path. Anxious moments there for a few.
Good shot. What a good shot that was. That was made to look so easy. For him it probably was, but that was a very good shot.
Well, they call him the Dazzler, and they call him Dynamite Darren. And right now, he is rock solid. 9 down, and that takes the lead to 5-1 against the Hall of Famer Johnny Archer. Appleton doing the business and on the hill.
Welcome back to Vegas for the Mosconi Cup. Team USA started this event in fine style, storming into a 4-1 lead. On day 2, Europe attempted a fight back but have struggled, picking up just 1 further point. But things are looking good with Darren Appleton leading 5-1, needing just 1 more rack for a 3rd point.
Thank you. Rack 7, Europe to break, leading by 5 racks to 1.
Appleton looking to close it out. Right here, he's got the break. Rack number 7, the race to 6 to pull Team Europe back to 6-3.
Darren Appleton, some people may be familiar with him from the world of 8-ball, English pool. He was world champion at that for 6 years. He knows what it's like to be at the top. Oh.
Well, he made 2 off the break. And 1 ball past the head string to make it legal. The only problem for Darren is he's going to be pushing out. That 2 is ducked in behind the 5. And so this is going to be a push out in the area that he's standing right now. Looks to be favorite. But again, you got to be careful with this shot. You don't want to make the reply too difficult, because chances are you're going to be coming back to the table.
Well, I think that's a bit of an insurance, making it more difficult for a 1-visit finish.
You know something, Archer doesn't play with the rest very well. And I don't know whether he can cue it this comfortably without having to use the rest, or the bridge as they call it over here, and that's the reason he's brought Darren out. I've watched Johnny many times. He just never looks comfortable with the bridge.
It's amazing that someone so good has got a weakness, isn't it? What was your weakness in the snooker world, Jim? Turning up?
Yeah, it was usually when I had a match. Yeah, I beat you to that one, Andy, didn't I? Yeah, just looking to flick the edge of this. I mean, he doesn't have many options, really. Just try and flick the edge and bring the cue ball back up into this area. I mean, it's just distance that he's looking for. That's all he can be doing. But you got to be careful here. A thick hit, and you're going to leave the 2.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah, he's caught it too thick.
Do you know what? I thought that too, because the cannon would have stayed there. I didn't see that shot, and nor did Darren.
Well, the good news, though, is he's bumped the 4 into a a safe position next to the 8. Or pardon me, next to the 6, the bottom of your picture. But you know something else? He may be able to open it up right here. Well, it was worth the risk. He knew he wasn't going to get ideal position on that 4. But you know, he can weld that cue ball behind the 8. This is a dead-on hit. Just stop the white dead and marry that cue ball to the 8. Beautifully played.
That's the difference between playing that shot on a snooker table and a 9-ball table. It's like an ice rink out there. On snooker, you would have hit that quite hard to stun the white. On this, you take no chances. You just gently roll it.
Yeah, and it's just a personal preference shot, Andy. Either one works. At the end of the day, it's all about execution. You can take the wrong shot. If you play it well, it works. And again, it's...
Will he be looking to pot this?
Well, he certainly has to hit it. He's not looking to pot it. He's hoping to hit it, and he'd love to get it safe. And you know what? He hasn't done too bad. I think Darren will take that.
Yeah, I agree. I think if the 5 would have been further down the table, that might not look like such a good shot, but to get on the 5 from here will be...
He's got a chance at a bank here, though. Try and bank this into the top right corner if Johnny wants to get aggressive. That's what he's looking at right now. Safety options are limited, but the bank into this corner available, and the natural path, he'd draw the cue ball. He should be able to get the cue ball back over this way.
That's what he's playing.
To attack the 5.
Yeah, you can tell from the...
He may be trying to cut this in. No, he was banking it.
That's good.
What a shot. What a shot. The way he was queuing up with all that spin, I wasn't sure, but what a shot from Archer. That's how you seize momentum.
That's the difference between average and genius.
And now he's done all the work. One glorious shot in Archer.
Do you know what? We've seen some amazing shots in this year's Mosconi. The one we talked about, Corey Joe earlier. Do you remember the one yesterday, Oscar Dominguez, when he was snookered and he came off the middle bag and flicked the ball on the way back?
Tremendous shot. I mean, we've seen a few shots in this year's Mosconi Cup that will definitely make the highlight reel of all Mosconi Cups.
Dennis Hatch with that double as well. Some absolute, you know, I've done quite a few Mosconis now. We're only in day 2. We've seen more incredible shots so far than I think we have in previous years.
Well, the Europeans are hoping that they can get a momentum swing their way. They need to build some emotion. They need a wave to be able to ride in and, you know, put 3-4 match wins in a row like the Americans did to open things up here. They won the first 4 matches and instantly put Team Europe under pressure.
Could have been 5 as well. Went to the hill the last one.
Well, Archer's hoping this one gets to the hill because he's 5-2 behind Darren Appleton. He's got the break in the next. And non-playing captain and fellow Hall of Famer Nick Varner. Be careful, Nick. You're not a young man there. I don't want that heart to race too much. 5-2, the lead to Darren Appleton in Europe.
That shot that we saw the Scorpion Johnny Archer play to win that was just exquisite. He'll be so pleased with that. Look at the focus in him.
You just don't want to lose a match. You know, you've got all your player colleagues,
Rack 8,
your mates
USA
out
to
there,
break, trailing by 5
countrymen,
racks to
fans.
2.
You know something? You
Johnny?
live and die on every single
Yeah, no
shot in the
problem.
Mosconi Cup.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll...
It exposes nerves like no other
I'll get
event.
He's
No,
obviously
no,
not happy with something Michaela Tab's done. He's a brave man to question the tab.
Only once.
No one's ever done it twice. You just heard him say it was probably perfect.
Well, Johnny's last 2 breaks, he's made 4 balls and 3 balls respectively. Let's see what he can come up with here.
Another packed house as well here, Jim.
It's been almost standing room only since they opened the doors. And you know something? Match play starts local time here 11 o'clock in the morning. There has been a lineup, I'm going to say about 200, 300 feet when they open the doors every day.
But you know, I got here 2 hours this morning before we were on air, and there was already a queue outside.
It's got a 15-year history, this event.
In that history, have you ever seen someone come back from 5-1 down?
Well, last year, Europe was 4-1 down, but they won the first match on day 2.
It's a good break.
Well, that's a great break. Got a shot at the 2. The 6 looks to be a problem ball, but Archer will take this break all day long. He'll draw this to the side cushion and try and hold for position to the 3. Same pocket. Well, you know, I guess he could elect to hit this with more speed and play the 3 into the bottom right corner. Just personal preference again. Well, he went with option A. And plenty of angle now. Get back up table. Pink 4 in the middle of the table. And the 5 over the top left corner. But the problem comes in the form of that 6. The green 6 on the left-hand side. And where the 5 is, anytime a ball is as deep in the jaws of a pocket as that 5 is, position is never easy.
Yeah.
I mean, how often do we say that even on a snooker table, Andy? In the jaws of the pocket, it is so difficult to judge how that white is going to come out. And Johnny will probably elect to follow through with this. Leave himself.
See, the 2 balls together there, why would he not split these up? He's definitely on his next. Oh, there you go. There's your answer. He doesn't want that. Well, that's why he shouldn't have split them up. He answered my question for me.
I didn't think he had the angle to split them up there, but that's a little unlucky. I didn't think he could get over. Had to force that one.
Very unlucky.
I mean,
he was always going to be on the 5.
Yeah, in fairness, Andy, that was desperately unlucky. That was a great shot and deserved a better fate. And now he's got to come with another great shot to stay at the table, because he's going to have to slow roll this 6 right down to the bottom left corner. The important aspect with this shot, keeping your head still.
A lot of pressure on this shot. He's
He
got it.
got what a shot.
What a great shot.
What a shot from Johnny Archer there. For me, that one was tougher than the last.
Is he straight on this?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. He can pull this back,
Draw it
back into the middle of the table. 8 and 9 into the same pocket.
They say the hardest rack to win, Jim, is the last one. Darren Appleton will be desperate to have at least one opportunity, and he'll be breaking in the next for it.
You know something, Andy? He hasn't had a chance yet. Archer's played the last 2 racks superlatively. Darren really hasn't had an opportunity at the finish line. 5-3 now in this, our last match of day 2.
Welcome back to the Mosconi Cup. Overall, Team USA hold a 6-2 lead. Europe on course for another point, but Darren Appleton's 5-1 lead whittled away by Johnny Archer.
Where's the wire? What did I say, Jim? What did I say?
Well, Darren,
control the cue ball. How important was that break? Did he take? Didn't even hit anything to drop. White went straight in. Is that just bad cueing? Should you avoid that when you just need one more You've lost the last two. The last thing you want to do is send the white towards any pocket.
Definitely a bad break, Andy, and Darren would be the first one to tell you. You draw that cue ball straight into the side pocket, that's a miss hit. There's just no two ways to look at it. Johnny's having a look to see if that 4 is available, and it certainly looks like it is to either side pocket. And with ball in hand, he can attack the 2 and drop nicely onto that 4.
Well, you know Johnny Archer better than most. He'll be relishing this, won't he?
Right now, if I was Darren Appleton, my mindset would be one where I'd be preparing for 1 rack, and I'd be starting to think about my break in that decider.
6-3 is doable. 7-2 is a totally different story.
Boy, no give up in Archer, though. 5-1 down with the alternating break format. Few here, including myself, gave him a chance to win this match, and he has come with some kind of play to get himself back into contention.
Thought that was a bit under hit, and if the Scorpion's not happy, something's wrong. The question is, does he just drop this in or send the white round the 8 ball? I think, yeah, there you go, it's around it. Perfect.
And you know, Johnny's pace around the table has sped up a little bit too. He's wasting little time.
Certainly a spring in his step.
Got all the credentials that players nowadays only dream of. So many have measured their game by this man. For 5-4. The miss hit on the break from Darren Appleton was the only opening Archer needed. He's back to 5-4. He's won the last 3 in a row. And he will break in the next.
I'm just wondering if we'll see some more tears from Dennis if Johnny was to nick this one.
Well, certainly Hatch has been the emotional leader, but Archer leading the charge right now.
Look at that, just wiping the sweat from his brow, and there's Darren. A penny for those, Darren.
I mean, he's hit 1 bad break in the last 3 racks, and he's lost them all.
And I'll tell you what, Jim, in stark
Rack
contrast,
10,
how
USA
good have Johnny
to break,
Archer's breaks
trailing
been.
by 5 racks to 4.
Just having another look. He's happy this time.
Well, Appleton has been taking notes because he went over to the same side of the table as Archer has been enjoying all that success from. Such a big point. Europe cannot afford to go 7-2 down overnight. That would be disaster.
So the question is, I suppose again, can Johnny control that cue ball? He can.
Got the 1. Where's the 2? Sitting pretty. And it looks like he's got the angle to flick open that 3 ball. A great break again from Archer.
Remember this shot.
Now this is the shot. As the 2 comes to rest, that's the lowest ball on, the 3 beside the 9. Johnny wants to knock the 2 in, and in an ideal world, he'd love to flick that 9 out of the way to expose the 3. Key shot already in rack number 10.
Quite often when you're playing shots where you've got to send the white off to move other balls, you make the contact with the ball that you want to move, but you forget about the pot and you miss it. Well, he didn't forget about the pot.
Just caught the wrong side of the 9.
But look at the group of 3 balls at the other end of the table.
Well, that's exactly where he's headed, Andy. You nailed it. He's going to be running up table, and he's going to try and lay that cue ball off the 3. Oh, pardon me. Off the 3.
Extension.
Into this area to bring the cue ball right down here.
He's got such a big target.
Right into that area where the 1 is. That is the spot. The golden spot as far as Archer's concerned. And he knows he's not going to leave the 3. He's just going to bump that 3 ball, and it's going to sit on that cushion, the left-hand cushion. But that wall of colors, Darren has to expect to be kicking at this.
Such a big target to aim for. That looks perfect, absolutely perfect. Well, Darren will be looking to come off 2 cushions, the side and the top, to come behind it and flick it. And if he hits it full in the face, there is a slim chance the 3. Well, I was going to say could go back to sort of where the white is, but the problem is if he hits it too full in the face, he's sending it towards the corner pocket.
Yeah, and he's gone back for his other cue. I mean, the 2 cushion escape that you allude to, Andy. The cue ball to here, down to here, and to contact the 3.
But then you are sending that 3 ball towards the corner pocket. Is the jump cue out?
No, he's playing the 2 cushion hit.
This is dangerous.
Needs to be a bit lucky. Cue ball's in. Cue ball's down the pocket.
And when your luck's not going for you, Jim, your luck's not going for you.
First sign of emotion from Darren Appleton as he sat in his chair. One more look.
There's always the problem. If you make too thin a contact, you're going to lose the white ball.
There's still one more rack to play, Darren. Don't start hanging your head yet, because you do have the break in the next, and that assuming Archer gets out here. Off the side cushion, and the only danger here is overhitting this and snookering yourself behind the 7, and I really can't see him doing that.
Come on, Jim. Stranger things have happened. You know that. That's a good shot.
Well, position to the 6 right there. Just looks like he has to follow through. Off 2 cushions. And we're looking at our first hill-hill match on day 2, and it came in our last one. But how big will this rack be for Europe and Darren Appleton's confidence?
Yeah, it's not just about losing it, it's about the confidence that goes with it. When you're 5, what was he, 5-1 up, 5-2 up, 5-1. This for 5-all.
And look at Archer, he knows, 4 in a row to the Scorpion, 5-5. Stay with us, folks. It is heating up here in Vegas.
Welcome back to the Mosconi Cup. Overall, it's Team USA who have enjoyed the better of the opening exchanges. After day 1, they led 4-1. They then extended that lead to 6-2 on the second day. Europe fought back, and Appleton at one stage held a 5-1 lead over Archer, but the Americans stunned Appleton by taking the next 4 racks to level the score.
control the white ball, Darren. Where's the white?
Cue ball's in the corner pocket.
No, he's okay.
Not quite, but nothing down.
Illegal break, control passes.
Legal break as well. Didn't get 3 balls. Didn't get 3 balls. There's 1 went in. We did get 3.
No, nothing dropped. And only 1 ball, I believe, went through the head string. So a chance here for Archer. You know, yesterday, to close out day 1, Ralph Souquet had a must-win singles match. 1 rack, went to a hill decider. We're getting an instant replay here. This time it's Darren Appleton.
Extension.
He's taking a lot of time here, and why not? He's got a chance at this one. Just another deep breath.
Which corner, though? I mean,
Bottom right corner.
you think so?
He already knocked in a terrific 6, very similar on the opposite side of the table. So he sees the angle on this shot pretty well, but he's not going to be rolling this one. He'll be thumping it in.
Huge shot. Got it.
Oh, he just checked it too much. Just a little too much check.
He's looking at the bank.
Well, one thing about it, he can play this shot with a modicum of safety in mind.
Look where his Q-tip was just a second ago. There's 3 balls down the end of the table, and that's where he'll be sending the white.
Off the 2 and down into this area. Obviously, he doesn't want to go through that 3, just around it. Oh, he's clipped it. I guess he did go into the 3. But he was trying to just get the other side of it. Still, control of that 2. And Darren not with much in the way of options other than a fine clip on the right-hand side. He's just got to guard against that side pocket.
I think he'll be trying to bring the white down to exactly where it is now, Jim.
He's taking time too. Every shot under the magnifying glass right now. And right away, his extension. And just to remind our folks at home, these players are adhering to a 30-second shot clock. Each player allowed 1 extension per rack. Darren's just used his. And I can almost guarantee that at some stage in this rack, Archer will use his.
I think he's used it already.
Well, there you go.
How stupid I was to question you, Jim. Big shot.
Oh.
Where's the 2? Where's the white? Where's the white? What's he done?
It's not disaster.
No. The only saving grace, as you said in that last rack, was when a ball goes so close to the pocket, to control the white ball is twice as hard.
And position to the 3. I think all Johnny wants to do is leave himself an open look at it from this position.
Well,
he'll force this. He'll play this with a lot of top and right-hand spin and try and get it off those 2 cushions and back out towards the middle.
oh.
Now this might be unbelievably good.
Oh, my
I'll tell you what, it's not bad.
Not bad, Jim.
He's got a chance.
Is phenomenal. That is unbelievable. He has played some amazing shots in this match. That's got top spin on, it's got side spin on. Just perfect. His heart will be banging now.
The big shot comes right here. Archer's got angle on this 4. He's got to draw this back down for the orange 5, and that's the one just below the 9. How well does he have to hit this to get position to the 5? Yeah, shot of a Hall of Famer coming up.
He's only got 9 seconds left. Where's the white? Where's the white? Where's the white? Oh, my word. I'm telling you, he didn't want to get the white that close to the pocket.
Tell you what, he struck that one nice, Andy. He struck that one really well.
Too good?
Well, he overdrew it. He certainly didn't want to come back that far.
That's adrenaline.
I mean, that cue ball couldn't get any closer to that side cushion, but if he gets this, he should have a shot at the 6. Oh, this has just been an unbelievable performance from Johnny Archer.
This is Archer rolling back the years.
This is Archer playing as well as he's ever played in the Mosconi Cup. These last 5 racks, phenomenal stuff. He'll play this into the side pocket. He's got the perfect angle. Just kill the cue ball. Drops onto the 8. He'll want a bit of angle to get over the other side of the table. Just a little more angle than he ideally would have liked. But this really shouldn't pose any problems for Johnny. And it doesn't. Listen to him now. The celebration starts. Hatch, Varner, Corey Duell. This for a 7-2 overnight lead. Listen for the noise. 7-2. Johnny Archer with a performance of the Mosconi Cup from 5-1 down. He won the last 5 to beat Darren Appleton 6-5 and stake Team USA to a 7-2 lead overnight. Unbelievable stuff. And Johnny Archer, the man in the moment, leading the charge for Team USA. Go Johnny, go Johnny. Well, it doesn't get any better than that.
The Americans finished day 1 with a 4-1 lead and then extended it to 5-3 on day 2. The only European resistance coming from Torsten Homan, who recorded a single win in this session. But the biggest single blow to European dreams has been delivered by Johnny Archer. Facing a near certain defeat at 5-1 down, he fought back to claim a stunning victory and extend the overall lead for Team USA to 7-2 on day 2 of the Mosconi Cup.